Oh, crap. I went and found myself a new favorite author. I hate when that happens. Fortunately, the guy has only written two novels, making it a little bit easier for a completionist like myself. And for once, this is not an author writing fantastical literature, though the books are fantastic, even though it's not sci fi or fantasy or horror. So, I'm talking about Hernan Diaz, an Argentinian fellow living in the United States, but interestingly, at least from my point of view, spent his first decade of life in Sweden, which may have had some influence on the plot in this debut novel of his, which I'm about to tell you about right now. It's called In the Distance, and it's great. You should read it. Okay, let's elaborate on that. It's it's about a young Swedish bloke named Håkan, but since that's a really hard name to pronounce for English speakers, including audiobook narrators, he soon gets the nickname Hawk. Now, at a young age, Håkan and his brother emigrates to the U.S. It's not clear exactly when, but it's a few decades before the American Civil War, so first half of the 19th century. But when they change ships in England, Håkan gets separated from his brother and ends up on the wrong ship, taking him to the wrong coast. And then the story is Håkan trying to get from San Francisco all the way over to New York to find his brother. Spoiler alert, things do not go as planned. This is a Western. I'm not very familiar with this genre. I haven't read too much of it. Haven't read anything by either Cormac McCarthy or McMurtry. A lot of Macs here. Haven't read many Westerns at all. But I do think I know enough of these authors to make a guess that this book is kind of in the same vein. But what do I know? Now I have to read some McCormack and McMurtry. A lot of hard to pronounce. Anyway, so I did see that my go-to online bookstore had labeled it as magical realism, and I get the point, but I'm not sure I agree. I think it kind of approaches magical realism, but I don't think it crosses that line. Depends on what you mean by magical realism, I guess. But anyway, okay, it's a great story. So first, well, okay, we have all the usual Western stuff, of course, the perseverance of man, man versus wilderness, the necessity and inherent evil of civilization, the inherent evil of man, and I see a lot of parallels to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I think I do, at least. Thing is, I didn't consider Frankenstein until the very end, which this is not a this I'm keeping this spoiler free, but the end scene reminded me a lot of the end scene of Shelley's Frankenstein, the book that is. Not there's no torches trying to kill a monster involved here. But I mean, I don't know if it's a coincidence or a nod or a conscious choice with a deeper thematic meaning. But then I kind of backtracked in my mind with that comparison in mind. So this analysis may be shoehorned in, but in my mind, you kind of see the creation of a monster in tandem with a monster's point of view. Now, initially obvious, no, sorry, initially oblivious, he gradually becomes aware of how the rest of the world might view him. And in addition, he has his own demons to struggle with, making him question whether he is a monster or not. And you know how it goes. Before you've read Frankenstein, you think that Frankenstein is the name of the monster. You read the book and you understand that Frankenstein is the name of the doctor. Then you understand the book and you realize that Frankenstein is indeed the name of the monster. So what I'm yet to figure out in this book is who the creator of the monster is. Something to ponder on a reread, of which I suspect there might be many. Because, well, holy shit, I love this book. So go, don't. Why are you still watching YouTube? Go read this. Go read this book immediately, and I'll see you in the next one where I'll talk more about Hernan Diaz. Actually, all right. Bye.